Yeah, I'm out at Brooklyn. Now I'm down in Tribeca, right next to the Narrow. But I'll be hood forever. I'm the new Sinatra. And since I made it here, I can make it anywhere. Yeah, they love me everywhere. I used to cop in Harlem. All of my Dominicanos right there up on Broadway. Pulled me back to that McDonald's. Took it to my...
I'm going to carry on over where I left off the last episode. So the last episode I showed you a few bootleg Lego DC stuff that I bought. So here I have the Joker figure, and then I have the bat and the kind of like a scooter. So it's pretty dope. They actually, the two vehicles that I showed you previously come with their own Batman figure. There's the blue-gray version with the cape, and then there's a black version as well. So, really good value for money. You get, a figure with each vehicle. And the surprising thing is, okay, talking about local currency, just the figure alone is $3 Singapore dollars, but if you get the vehicle set with the figure is $5.50. So definitely, value for money getting the vehicle instead of just the standalone figure. So talking about that, I also kind of want to get the bootleg Superman, so I'm working on that. So I think at current counts, I have Wonder Woman, I have Batman, a few Batmans now. I have the Green Arrow and Aquaman. I think I kind of want to get the Flash. I think the Flash is one figure that I want. Today I saw the Flash at another place, CSC, not at the convenience store close to my home, but the price is almost double of what the convenience store is charging. So as I mentioned, the convenience store sells each figure at $3. That's 3 Sing, but CSC is selling it at $5. So I think I kind of want to adopt a wait and see attitude. So anyways, give me a moment. I'm going to put all these together and then do a simple display, so stay tuned for that. I've been fiddling around with this display for the longest time, so I kind of settled on this scene here. So here I have the bootleg Batman, the black suited one instead of the blue-gray, with the Batwing and the Bat scooter in the background. So I kind of put together some pieces. So just a very simple display, but I hope it works. So I hope you guys enjoy this picture. I'm trying something new today. So I'm experimenting, taking pictures with my Samsung Galaxy Note 3. And then anyways, I got a new hull today. So it's modded Superior Spidey. So this is done by Chris Happy Day Customs. So here I have the Young Justice Dio with the new tentacles. So yeah, just some simple props that I put together with the cross in the background. So I'm going to see how the pictures turn out. If it doesn't turn out well, I'm going to have to do it with my regular camera, which is the one I'm holding now. So stay tuned for that. I forgot to mention how much fun I had yesterday assembling the bootleg Lego vehicle sets. So it's been a while since I played with Lego, so I really thoroughly enjoyed myself. But today, I kind of got this new hull. So I got this modded Superior Spidey. So here there's a harness at the back of the figure, and he came with 4 claws. So this was done by Chris Happy Day Customs. So big shout out to him. And then yeah, pretty much the stock figure, but with the modification to the back and with the addition of the claws. So you know, there are some other customs floating around. Some of them have very sturdy tentacles from what I've seen. So this is actually from the Iron Spidey. So it's not as sturdy as the ones used for in the other customs I've used. So I don't know, maybe I may get this figure modified again in the future, I don't know. So, but for the moment I'm pretty happy with this figure. So another detail that was added is the gauntlet. So yeah, I mean I've only seen this character once in the comics, but I kind of like the look and feel. So I probably will do a few more picks with this figure. Very well articulated, very well designed. I just wish that they had added, you know, the gauntlets and the other details like the tentacles, just like in the comics. So you know, kind of like Hasbro dropping the ball again on figures. But otherwise, a pretty dope figure. So I hope you guys enjoy this display. Been a while since I got a package. So today I have a very big one from Jeremy Lee. So I bought a bunch of, he helped me get a bunch of props and the Thanos Imperative box set and Agent Venom and some other stuff. So I haven't really gone through the entire box yet, but I do spy some freebies. I think he sent me some free stuff from his own you know, collection. So you know, before I do a more in-depth review of what's inside the box, a quick shout out to Jeremy Lee. Thank you, brother, for helping me out. So yeah, I'm gonna start unpacking the things. And then show you what's inside, and definitely doing an A.C.B.A. display, so stay tuned for that. So I have the HAL laid out on my table. So here is the Thanos Imperative box set. So definitely this Black Bolt is much better than the Toy Biz or the earlier Hasbro one. And then the rest of the figures, very dope. And then in the background, I have the Agent Venom props. So funny story about this, I actually bought two Agent Venoms from Jeremy. He sent me, he was supposed to send me one and then send the other to Billy Mahoney to be painted. He sent one to Billy, and he left out my Agent Venom, my spare Agent Venom from this lot. So yeah, anyways, I've pinged him about it and we've had a laugh. So he's gonna send it to me much later. So yeah, anyways, I was originally planning on doing an Agent Venom picture, but yeah, I can't do that now. So yeah, I guess I have to work on something else. Anyways, yeah, and anyways, as I was saying, he was kind enough to send me some loose props, a Hawaiian shirt thingy and some other accessories. So very kind of him. So as mentioned, he sent me some lighting equipment. So I probably have to ask him to give me a tutorial on how to use the lights. Yeah, so that's about it. I'm going to get grinding, going to think of what picture to do. So stay tuned for that. Again, a big shout out to my go-to guy, Jeremy Lee. So he got me this WWE steel cage, which I kind of use for lair. So here I have DP, you know, whom hasn't been featured for quite a while. And then I have Bullseye and Hitmonkey. So the three of them were collaborating as Hitmen for a while. So I thought this would be quite a cool display. So here I have Bullseye getting some beer, and I can imagine, you know, DP asking him why is he taking so long. and then a heat monkey in the background, kind of excited about the drinks. So yeah, just a very simple setup. So I just added a bunch of props. So here, this is a bunch of beer crates. It's actually 1/6, but I think it works quite well. And then I have some steel drums in the background. So yeah, just something I put together. So I hope you guys enjoy it. I've actually lost hope of getting this guy. So it was quite a surprise when I saw a package from China reach my office today. So anyways, I wasn't sure, 100% sure that it was actually the Hellboy figure, but lo and behold, here the figure is. So very dope. Very happy to finally have him in my possession. So I was kind of also expecting a loose figure, but here he is, M.A.T.O. So no time to be sentimental. I'm going to crack open this guy, and then take a look at the figure and play around with him. So stay tuned for that. As I was about to open up the package, I realized that I haven't talked about the card at the back. So yeah, these are some of the other figures from this wave. So there's Liz Sherman, Lobster Johnson, and the I can't even pronounce the gorilla's name. So anyway, some of the other figures that I'm aiming for. I know I'm a bit late to join this party. So actually, if you can see here, these figures were released in 2005. So here we are, like 9 years later. So I'm really very late. So anyways, like they always say, better late than never. So I'm going to crack this toy open. So here I kind of have a simple scene. I really love this WWE cage a lot. So I kind of decided to use it again. So this was sort of inspired by the Hellboy movie where, Hellboy was resting and some BPRD agents came to talk to him. So I tried to replicate the scene with a bunch of cats. But I think I have one missing cat, or I kind of remember I had one more cat, but it's sort of missing at the moment. So yeah, anyways, I'll try and locate it again. So just a simple pic. Hope you guys enjoy it. I really love this figure. The only thing lacking is kind of the ankle rockers or ankle articulation, but other than that, the figure is pretty dope. So hope you guys like this picture. It's another Sunday, so as usual, I was at the library reading some novels. So actually, I was kind of checking out more Hellboy graphic novels. So I got this idea because basically Hellboy is always about supernatural stuff. So I kind of came out with this concept of this mysterious door appearing out of nowhere. So Hellboy is approaching the door and he's about to enter this, open this mysterious door. So yeah, nothing miraculous or anything, just a very simple display that my weird mind came up with. So I hope you guys enjoy this display. I wanted to do this display the other night, but I kind of lost track of where my Antman props went. So tonight I came back a bit early, started to dig around, and I found my mini Antman props. So here I've kind of managed to squeeze Antman into this canister. So I thought it was a pretty dope picture. So here I have Antman kind of trapped by Hydra. So I thought it's quite a fun picture. So I don't really have to elaborate much about this picture. So just enjoy the picture. I better do a quick video before the figures start to topple over. So basically, I'm just quickly balancing Ghost on just one flight stand, and then his other hand is actually stuck to the back of Radioactive Man. So a big shout out to Jeremy Lee for sending me this figure, the Radioactive Man. He actually sent me the 3-pack together with Agent Venom, so big shout out to him. So as usual, this is actually my the only custom dio that I own, so it's by Mark G. Nolan. So yeah, just a quick shout out to the two of them, and you know, this simple Thunderbolts display. So I hope you guys enjoy the picture. So I recently have been kind of swallowed into the world of Mignola's Hellboy and BPRD. So you know, I've on a weekly basis gone to the library to read up on both Hellboy and BPRD series of novels. So here you see a picture of from one of the scenes from Hellboy where you know, this is a precursor to a hunting trip. So it's pretty interesting where he's surrounded by different people in mask. And yeah, so it's a pretty fascinating world that Mignola has created. Kind of reminds me of Guillermo del Toro, so I kind of can see why the two of them get along very well. So here you have a different scene. Here is still Hellboy, but it's from another scene where he's kind of in this dreamlike sequence. So here is surrounded by a number of dead knights. Yeah, so I don't want to review too much because it may result in a spoiler. So it's best that you guys read up on Hellboy to find out more. But I just thought that this particular scene was very interesting. I just like the look and feel of the whole thing. So I really like the Mignola style. He kind of reminds me of Frank Miller as well. Both of them have this very blocky kind of drawing style, and with a lot of shadows and dull color. So it's something that really appeals to me very much. Besides Hellboy, Hellboy is one very interesting character. But being a paranormal investigator, definitely, and also being in the very secretive agency like BPRD, there are a lot of other very interesting characters. So Johan is one of them. So Johan is this gaseous entity who, yeah, because he's gaseous, he has to be contained within a suit. So here he is actually reading a Bible, which I thought was pretty cool. Probably Johan is one of the easiest Hellboy characters to draw, so I'll definitely get down to drawing him pretty soon. Lobster Johnson is one of the other very Calafare characters, if you want to call it that. So he appears every now and then, sometimes as himself, sometimes as a ghost-like version of himself, because his origins is kind of like a World War II spy. So sometimes he appears in the current era as a ghost, sometimes as a I don't know. Even I myself get confused by that, but just another very interesting character altogether.
and he is kind of Hellboy's idol, growing up. Because during World War II, Hellboy was a kid, and then Lobster Johnson was already a full-fledged hero. So yeah, just a very fascinating role model for Hellboy to have. What you see here is a robotic gorilla, cyborg gorilla. So prior to reading this specific issue of Hellboy, I had no clue what this cyborg gorilla was. I've only seen pictures of the Mezco action figure of this cyborg gorilla, and it's very infamous for being rare and expensive. So after reading the novel and seeing the gorilla in action, it really made me want the figure even more. So fingers crossed, I'm gonna own this gorilla one day. So kind of reminds me of Gorilla Grodd. But Gorilla Grodd is a living gorilla, whereas this is a dead gorilla, a cyborg basically, which I felt very very cool. Yeah, so that's pretty much what I have to say about my recent adventures reading Hellboy. Definitely, reading the novels entices me to want to own more and more Hellboy Mezco figures. So definitely on the lookout for that. I bought a few recently, waiting for them to arrive. So stay tuned for that. So reading the Mignola novels kind of inspired me to want to get down to drawing again. There's also the motivation from my buddy Hugo Arias. So he's kind of been encouraging me to get back to drawing again. I used to draw when I was a kid, probably like 20 years ago or even more. But growing up, my parents were, how do I say, they were pretty adamant that I won't have a career in doing creative stuff like drawing or animation or whatnot. So they convinced me to focus on my studies, and that's why I kind of stopped drawing for that long. But recently I kind of started dabbling again, so I did simple things like drawing on cell group song sheets and just small little very simple sketches. But after reading the Hellboy novels, I wanted to try my hand at drawing Hellboy. So here's my actual attempt. So I started off using a very simple pencil to kind of outline the Hellboy character from the chest up, and then I slowly started adding initially the black shading outlines, and then I added the color to the drawing. So I kind of like how the sketch turned out, and it is something that I hope to do more of. It turns out that Jeff is a very big fan of the modern Starman, who is Jack Knight. So he made a request through Facebook chat for me to do a sketch of Jack Knight. So interestingly, Jack Knight was featured in a crossover with Hellboy. So I had a sample to base my sketch on. So I added a very very slight sample of my own interpretation of the character. but mainly, I have to give credit where it's due. It's mainly inspired by Mignola as well, with a slight enhancement from yours truly. So yes, similarly, I started off with a pencil sketch to do the foundation of the character, and then I finish off with a lot of shading with a black marker, and then I just added the yellow for the cosmic rod. So I hope you guys like how the sketch turns out. I will work on some more sketches. In fact, I have a request from Jeremy Lee to do one special one just for him. The character he asked for is something not easy to do, and he wants it as his Facebook cover art. So it's a new challenge for me. I've never done something so ambitious before. So I hope I'm successful. I previously did an artist feature featuring A.C.B.A displays by Jeremy Lee. So it's been a while. I've been kind of slacking off doing displays of my own, because I've been, for various reasons, haven't been really feeling the mojo. Been trying my hand at drawing and whatnots. So I thought it's about time to do another artist feature. So this round I'm featuring DJ Day Johnson, the dude who does amazing tracks, and for most of us A.C.B.A artists. So anyways, what kind of motivated me to do an artist feature of him is this specific Masters of the Universe display. So most of you probably already know I'm a 80s super fan. I love the music, I love the cartoons, I love the toys from that decade. So Masters of the Universe was definitely something that I loved incredibly when I was growing up as a kid. I was in primary school, and Masters of the Universe was shown on TV. I used to remember running home from school to make sure I get home in time for Masters of the Universe. So anyways, to be honest, other than the main or the classic 80s characters like Hodak and the Sorceress, I don't really know much about the other characters like Standor and whatnot. So it was really cool to read the November entry by Day. And of course, the smoke machine, the smoke effects, the posing, the cutouts, the lighting, it's really, really, really amazing. So, kudos to Day. So this is one of the pictures I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about a few others in a moment. Okay, the guys on the A.C.B.A group have been going crazy with these Ninja Turtle pictures. So to be very honest, there are like a million pictures of the turtles done, but I don't know. Even the comedic pictures with featuring the pizza props have been done multiple times, but I just really like the whole composition done by Day. The poses, the lighting, the expression. it just works for me. I really enjoyed this picture a lot. In fact, it's in the work done by Day is enough to tempt me to want to buy M.A.T.O and TMNT figures, but unfortunately, because of budget and space, I'm really restraining myself from doing so. So up next, I really like this crank picture because as I mentioned, Day is a DJ, a part-time DJ. So this kind of is very apt because it shows a very personal side of Day. He's using the crank character to represent his part-time job. I also like the pose and the cutout and the colors. It really works in this entire scene. So this is also another reason I chose this was that it's not a Marvel Legends picture. There are too many Marvel Legends pictures out there, so I thoroughly enjoy pictures that is not Legends or Star Wars. In fact, Star Wars is slowly becoming too. Again, another reason I chose this is because it's very personal. So here, it kind of talks about Day's mixtapes. He does these mixtapes and makes them available for download for us guys. So here he kind of has this A.M.A. soldier scientist holding a copy of his mixtape, and even the cutout mentions his mixtape. So I really enjoyed this very much because sometimes you can imagine. Even though it's been a while since I've been in a relationship, but it can be quite a pain to try and figure out what to buy for your girlfriend. So this is really very cool. I also like how he has the AIM soldier kind of in the park. So it's like he's on his way to a date with his girlfriend. So I really thoroughly enjoy this bunch of pics that he did.
That's crispy.